Kinda.
Thanks for tuning in to Ask a Black Woman. It's Shanira the Mouthpiece. Listen, I just met Dimitri. He's originally from Athens. He's been having me howling up in here. I've got more footage. But check it. He's going to oblige me with Ask a Black Woman. We are live at the Japanese Village Plaza. And I don't know what he's going to ask me. And since my juice is low, we're just going to get into it. Uh-oh, I am ready for you.
First of all, I'm not a hipster. Don't let this.
Don't let it fool you.
I just didn't shave.
Use up her juice. Just ask her.
And I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Why do you think that rap music and in general music, especially in the black community, is so shitty nowadays? While it used to be so fucking great. And I'm talking about Barry White, Quincy Jones, Marvin Gaye, Armstrong. It's just the list is fucking endless. Miles Davis. We're talking about like colossal names in art, and now you have like Future,
Uzi Vert, whatever.
Rick Ross. I woke up in a new Bugatti. Rick Ross, you don't fit in a new Bugatti. You're too fat. Maybe on a new Bugatti, but not in a new Bugatti. So why do you think that movie is so shitty? We're talking about garbage. Like Rihanna. I never thought I'm gonna listen to anything worse than Rihanna, and then booed. Ace Hood, Uzi. What the fuck? Even Snoop Dogg was upset about it. And Snoop Dogg is a serious artist. He might be a stoner, but he loves what he's doing, and he puts love, effort, and it shows. I like Snoop Dogg. He's unique. He's real, and a stoner. So what do you think? Like honestly, there is no such thing as right or wrong answer here.
Oh my God! Let
it's
a
subjective.
black woman answer the question.
Oh
my God.
The Asian woman.
Where do I begin? First of all, because this is near and dear to my heart. Why is the music crappy? Good question.
Specifically in the black community, that used to be like the best.
It used to be the best.
Yeah.
I think the era, the people that raised them dropped the ball. I think a lot of things played into it, whatever. I think a lot of times music is born out of what we're living in. So when me and my homies were creating and stuff like that, we were break dancing and stuff like that or whatever. We grew up having to learn, like for my graduation, we were learning Earth, Wind, and Fire and all this kind of stuff, whatever. But that's because my uncle taught me, and everybody wasn't fucking stoned out. They might have smoked a lot of weed, but it wasn't nobody on crack. But usher in the crack era, okay? And I think that really took over. So I literally grew up, by the time I was in junior high school or whatever, I had friends, moms who would be gone like for days on end and stuff like that, left to their own devices, kids that had to come up with their own money for prom and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And I think when your mentality is like all survival and stuff like that, it's going to permeate into what comes up and comes out of you, not just your behaviors and stuff like that. So I think it's a product of what they lived through, honestly. So I had nurturing. I think a lot of because I'm a 78 baby, a lot of us were still coming out of the people that were nurturing. Even though my mother is a single mom, I still had a whole entire village, and I think it came out of that. I think after that, when crack came over, it cut our people up. Like, it really did devastate it, and we're still feeling the effects of that. Isn't it obvious that these people are not well, like literally in the music? Yeah, so now it used to be crack is whack, it used to be say no to drugs, and now it is like cool as hell. Like the kids are drinking lean. You know what lean is? Like there's no way in the hell me and my homies would have been doing that. Like it was like, oh my God, we're gonna sip our first little cooler or something like that. But they're actually putting cough syrup and codeine and shit and stuff in it. Like
codeine is infection.
Yeah, like, but it's like they really trying to put like real drugs in their stuff, whatever. So I think that's a product of it. Like, it's not cool to be like.
So they make shitty music. White people buy it. I know white people were sober and they still listen to it. So I think it's a crisis of consciousness, if you ask me.
It's a crisis of consciousness. It's spirit.
Deeper.
You're absolutely right.
I think it goes a little bit further than that.
You're absolutely right.
Teeny tiny.
But I think you're on to something because
Miles Davis was real fucking high in heroin.
He was. You know what? And I'm coinciding with what you're saying. I think that even some of my friends who are highly educated, they actually like it. Like even the beats to me don't have enough soul to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it turns me off. Like I don't want to thump it. It all has the same little cadence, the same little mix and stuff like that. So I'm still perplexed as to even there are some people that are my age, my generation, who think it's cool. And I've never been able to rock with it. I think you're right. It's a level of consciousness and spirit. So you kind of answered it yourself, man. But I do think the crack era thing really did kind of permeate over into that.
Okay, I mean at least it's an opinion. At
That's
least
my
you,
opinion.
you
I
thought